Hello, how are you? This is JilliBling, and I have a project to share using a stamp set that is about to retire. This is Fresh Cut Flowers, and it comes with the die set. And at first, when it was released, it did not come with the die set, and I have cut out way too many of this flower by hand, and it was extremely delicate. And then I think it was maybe a week later, they came out with the die set. So I've used this a few times and I love the set, but it's going to be retiring. So one last hurrah! Hurrah! What do you think? I love me some bright flowers. So it's kind of simple, but it's just really happy. It's really spring-like. So Fresh Cut Flowers, the stamp set, and the dies. And there's quite a few in here. So there's a die for all of these images, plus you could build your own little flower that matches and coordinates with this. That's the flower, a little stem with a pod on it, another little stem, little leaves, and other little leaves. And this set is really interesting, and in some ways I struggle with it, but to me it's kind of reminiscent of abstract. Abstract art, abstract anything. It's like you're not coloring in the lines, but I do my best. But I say that because beautiful flowers, that's great. And then there's these little sprigs. Okay, that's good. But then there's this leaf. It's like that's coming off the same branch. It's not the same as this, but you know, just go with it. Okay, that's great. So then you go to the inside, and there's this flower. It doesn't really match that one, but I color it the same anyhow. And it turns out as cute as can be. But then there's these pods on here. It's like, how do you color the pods? Do you color them green like it's the leaf still wrapping around it? Or do you color them like the flower? I don't know. I'm a little bit confused by it, but I like it. Then there's these other little pods on here. Those are different than these pods. Are they just baby ones? Okay, somehow, I don't know, I have to color in the lines, everything has to be logical, but even these leaves with no little lines, and then there's one with a line in it. It's like, it throws me for a loop, but somehow I love it. And then this is just a bold, solid stamp, which is perfect for a background. So, I'm really sad to see this go. I would buy it all over again, just because I like it so much. All squared away is about to go. And this has the cutest dies with it. And we'll be using it mostly for the words, but these are just backgrounds to go behind these dies. So here's a card I made some time ago with it. All Day Your Way. That's from a different stamp set, but just a cute little bow. See this green background? And then the white flower? The white flower is this frame right here. And then the green background is this one. And you could have any of those. And then it has great words. Can't go wrong with that. Then, of course, stylish shapes. I probably should have like 3 sets of these, and we'll be using that for the word banner. Okay, let's go. This is all that's to this card. Not too much. And I kept on wanting to put rhinestones on it and a bow on it, but I held back. So let's just get started. Here's a paper base. Fold it in half. A little bit of a different fold. I usually do standard. I don't know why, because I like this kind just fine. Okay, that's done. This will go on here, here. Ooh, the die. This die comes in with Fresh Cut Flowers. Isn't that nice? So I'm going to leave a little bit extra on this side so I can attach it to the paper. And a little bit of it shows at the top and the bottom. So this one is gold. Let's do a silver one today. So a little bit of it will show. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to cut that one out. And I cut it out crooked. You're like, oh, it doesn't matter, but it might matter in the end. But I think it's going to be fine. Okay, this is for the words. Let's do the words. Oh, host code, April host code. If you don't already have a demonstrator and there's anything you need, any questions, I would love to help you out. Okay, so this one we used, You Are So Worth Celebrating. The best thing about today is you. That's nice. What do you think about my coloring of my little pods? Yeah, fun. So let's do something different. How about, we already did the So Worth Celebrating. How about, you know what, because this is a flower we're going to put on there, let's do Good Things Grow. We'll do that in Memento. Okay, and I have two different word banners, a wider one, or better for longer words, longer sentiments, and then here's this a little bit narrower and shorter. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out. Okay, let's see how we're doing. I think I want to try to put it this way. I don't know if the flower will fit, but I'd like to try. And I'm not sure where to put that yet. Probably should have had more of a plan, but I know it's going to work because I'm using lots of good stuff. Even just the colors are pretty. So speaking of products, this designer paper is gone, but you could use any kind of subtle paper that you have. Whatever you have, that will work. Just kind of something subtle, like background stuff. Vellum. You're like, vellum, is there vellum on there? Vellum. See these little sprigs? 1, 2. I cut one of them in parts. So there's 2 full ones on here, and then one of them for back here. That again, I put it into parts, and we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, so that is the solid one. And this one, this little sprig comes in fresh cut flowers. It's like there's all kinds of little bonus pieces. Okay, so I'm going to run through and get 3 of those. That's like baby's breath. Look how pretty it is. Isn't that nice? Okay, so those will go on there. It's getting pretty already. I think we need to do some stamping. So on here, with the big bouquet, I will stamp this guy. This is like the signature of the stamp set. This big flower. Oh, what happened to the half of the flower? I know, there's no ink on there. Did you see me doing that? You probably knew. There's ink on there now. I'm going to make sure. Go around a few times. Okay, try it again. Okay, it's going to be success. Whoo-wee! Isn't that pretty? And then one of these little ones for the inside with the pods on it. Crazy flowers. Good. And I was going to stamp the inside, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to fit this way, so let's just put a pause on that. Pause. Speaking about pause, my darling dog went and had a spa day yesterday. He is all clean. Tony says he smells like foo-foo, and he does. Oh, it's just delightful. If ever I've wanted to hug the dog, he's getting lots of hugs. And somebody said, you need to show pictures. So at the very end, I'm going to pull up my phone, and I'll show you some. They're just silly pictures. Because she put, the groomer, she put a bandana on him. He's a boy. And you think, oh, that's cute, but it was light blue. I know she's going for Easter, and it was very cute, I thought. And then she put a big old bow on there, and it was Easter something. So he was all decorated, and he got pictures, and I had him smile for the pictures. The dog knows how to smile, which is scary. Okay, so I'm going to cut these out and color them. Okay, and if you're like, wait a minute, how'd you do that coloring? I will. What part should I color? I'm thinking, what is most stunning, or what's easiest to see? I think, okay, maybe I'll color the pods, and then I'll color some of the leaves. So let's do that now. Okay, so pods. So I have 3 purples here. I have, and I cleared out all of my retiring colors. I'm working on skimpy, not much product. I probably shouldn't have done it, but it had to be done anyhow. I don't know, sometimes I just get in the mode and I just have to do it. Freesia, Heather. Okay. Heather will go off to the side for now. So Freesia, I'm going to start with Freesia Dark. And on these pods, I'll do a little bit and then I'll hold it up close. Freesia Dark, I'm just thinking where the shadows are if the sun was coming straight from the top. I should do these little funny pods too. Since I'm at it, I'll do this. Oh, do I have a tickle? Hold on. Okay, I was waiting for the tickle to get out of there. So in the dark, I just did where I think the shadows are. And now in the light, I'll fill it all in. And then I'll go right over that seam that, so here, I can show you on this one. So first fill it all in with 1 or 2 layers. Okay, and then where the seam is, just go right over that. Fill it all in. Then go over the seam. So the theory of the markers is one color can replace another color, whether it be dark to light or light to dark. So if you know that, when you start to color, that's why I like to do the dark first. Here, this is kind of big. This will be a good example. Okay, so light. You're like, yep, those are 2 different colors. Then go right over the seam. Sometimes I kind of drift down into there too. So today was class, and it was so much fun. So good to see everyone. Saturday class. And at first it started out and there was just 2 people there. And it was like, well, you have access to all the supplies and you don't have to wait. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of nice. But then a few other people came and it was a fun day. Just a fun day. I have good friends. Okay, and then Freesia Light, Freesia Dark, and then Highland Heather I did for the little topper. And it's a lot darker. This is Highland Heather Dark, I think. And you know, if I would have studied, I would find probably what this little pod thing is called. And I would know if it should be yellow or green, or even the pods. What color should the pods be? I don't know. But I like how this is turning out, so I think my pods need to be these colors. Okay, so let's do some green. Oh, I could do the flower center. I'll do Daffodil Light everywhere. Then Daffodil Dark, just down at the bottom, where the shadow might be. Okay, so for the green, I will do like the leaf center, and I'll just do a few of these. I'll do these big ones. The center, center, center. Probably should do all of them. Probably should color the other one too. The big flower. Otherwise I'm going to say, oh, what colors were those? So I was over here coloring these, and it's dark out. Tony's on a trip, and all of a sudden, I don't know if I was just thinking, and Beau decided to go out, and usually he's in after dark. He stays in. That's just our rules. But Tony isn't here, so he thinks he needs to go out and just wait for Tony to arrive. Okay, fine. But then when I was sitting here coloring, and I don't know if it was just like, this is a different day, it's not normal, I thought I started smelling skunk. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if he just got skunked again? And he just had his little spa day. That means I'm going to be out giving him a bath in the driveway, or I'm going to bring him in along with all that smell and take him in the shower, which is the biggest struggle that you can imagine it being. That's what it is. Anyhow, so I went out, and he was laying in his new little heated bed. I'm like, Beau, you want to come in? He's like, yeah, I'll come in. And he's been in ever since, and he's all relaxed finally now. But yeah, that was a little panic. I wonder if dogs ever learn, you don't chase that black and white one, because they have stink in them. He learned what a stink bug is. This past year we've had so many, not lately, stink bugs. It's like, how do they get in? It's not like we have holes in our house. Anyhow. Okay, so that's how you color that. Okay, put the dye on it, crank it through. Okay, so, let me see, is this even going to fit going this way? So that's on there. Good things grow. That's cute. All of this, cute. Cute, cute, cute. I think it's going to work. Okay. After all that coloring, it's too hard to cover up. And then a couple of these. Oh, I like that. Okay, it's going to go this way. So let's build the front. I'm still thinking, put a little bling on it, put a bow, just hold back. Okay, let's build this thing. Where should this be? Right in the middle? At the bottom? So I think right here, because when it's there it gets kind of lost. Okay, right there. So I will put adhesive here. Stampin' Seal. And you know how I said I did it a little crooked? If you look at how big this silver is compared to that silver, yeah, a little crooked. That could go right against the pattern of the die cut. Well, that's a little crooked too. Right at the top of the die cut. And hopefully you don't notice that this amount is bigger than that amount. You're just going to be wowed by that freesia flower. Sticky. I'm so happy it goes sideways. What did I say? At the bottom or up a little higher? In the middle. I know I had a plan. Okay, I'm going to just put it up a little higher. Oh, and you know, since Tony's gone, I'm being a rebel, and I turned the heater up. So this one is way off to the side, and lots of extra room. Oh, you know what the difference is the designer papers are different width. That's okay too. It's just a whole bunch of pretty. Yeah, I turned the heater up, and I like it. And you know, I bet you if I turned it up when he was here, he wouldn't say anything other than a little warm in her. But I like it. It's like I'm a chameleon. When I'm cold, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything. But now, I could do it all. Okay, not clean house, but everything else. Okay, you little flower. This. Put this over here. Ooh, that looks good. Just like that. Okay, so dimensionals. Maybe. So how warm do you keep your house? What temperature? Tony's sister, she comes over and it's 68 in here and she's like, guys, keep it a little warm, huh? And I'm like, no. But to her, 68 is warm. So you know, I set it above 68. The other day, there was a lady who was having a hard time with her, Martha. She's having a hard time with her machine. Or she didn't know how to use it. Or I think it was like an off-brand. And so I agreed, I'll go over there and I'll meet her. So I went over there. Delightful lady. And she lives in a senior place. And I think it was set to like 72 or 73 in there. And I know most people would be like, oh my gosh, but I think I am a new old people. I thought that was just effortless. I mean, it was very, to me, it was very comfortable. Okay, so these, I'll tuck this one in right under here. I can pull up the dimensional. Now put some glue on there too. And then this one, I would just tuck it in, but when I'm looking at it, I noticed that a lot of it's going to be covered by the flowers. So I'll use, you're like, okay, where'd you cut that? that, that. So I'm going to use this one place, and then I'll use these little bits somewhere. Look what Mama got me for my birthday. A cup. I think you're supposed to drink wine or brandy or something in it. If you drink that much brandy, you would be sloshed. But it's my glue, and then right there too, and then sometimes this, because I use these all the time. Yeah. Little life improvements are fun. And I love the sparkles on that cup. Okay, so this one is going to go. Oh, I'm getting glue everywhere. I'd want to see the end of it, the stem, especially because I cut it off. Okay, well, that's just how it's going to be. And then I'll do that sprig there. So today at class, Connie was using her tear tape and she was pulling out her snips to cut it. And I said, Connie, it's tear tape. You can tear it. So she tore it. And then, I don't know why, but I said, did you know it's terrible? Like, you could tear it. And for some reason, I got such a kick out of that. And I've said that I don't know how many times over. It's terrible. You know, you have to laugh at yourself. A little bit. Right up there. Okay. Outside is done. I had too much glue on there, put my finger in it, and now it looks soiled. Okay, let's do the inside. Isn't that pretty? There's another sprig. Okay, so for the inside papers, this can go, I'm thinking in the middle, but you never know. Because I like how this one came out. It's right in the middle, but there's plenty of room. That looks really good. Look at those little pods. So that is Tahitian Tide, pool party, pool party. Cute. Okay, need a plan. Probably should put words on it. But you know what? Before I do the words, because they might have to be off to the side. So if this goes here, or there, because it's kind of straight, maybe here. Okay, and then this one will be in parts. So maybe I'll put the words over here. What do you think? Good things grow like our friendship. Like our friendship. Yeah. Okay, stamp it straight. Like our friendship. Okay. And just need to attach this. Dimensionals. Dimensionals that don't belong on the inside of a card are going on the inside of a card. It's my new trend. That's too big. It's going to show. So, half. Half. And ooh, another half. Okay, since I put so many on, I need to figure out my sprig. But you know what? Don't reinvent the wheel. Just take from this one. Okay, so this bit, top bit, can go right there. And wouldn't you know it, there's no dimensional there. Okay, that's okay. Glue, glue, stick, whew, stick. Okay, I'm stalling just a minute. So that's pretending to stick. Ooh, look at it, looks like it is. Okay, and then a little bitty right over here, and then the big one. Okay, so I'm going to take that off of there. This one can come right about there. You know, what's going on here? Everywhere I put something on, there's no dimensional to hold it in place. Just being challenged. So, there's a puddle of glue. Okay, and then this last one could come right from here, but that's kind of big. There's a dimensional. Barely. It's like holding on, barely holding on. Okay, now it's good. Okay, so that is done. This, oh, I made it really big with all these little fluffy bits. Well, that's okay. Look at that. Cute, cute, cute. I like the purple. Okay, I like the blue one too. I should do one like in red and poppy. Poppy Parade. Sweet Sorbet. That's really sweet. Okay, because this has wet glue all over it, I'm going to be creative. Put glue in here. Woohoo! This goes on the silver one. Smoky Slate is still here. I would have been heartbroken if that went away. Sahara Sand. I'm going to miss that. Soft Suede. I'm going to miss that. I'm sure the other colors are delightful. They should be coming soon. See, there's a little bit of a border. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that is it for the project today. Nice. Nice. Okay, and I'm going to show pictures of Beau, because a few of you had asked, show me. So, I don't know if I'd want to see pictures of another dog, but Beau is really cute. He's like our only child. Okay, so here they are. See his bow on there? And of course he's looking at Tony, and he has his bandana on. Bandana and Easter egg bow. That's crazy. Now he's down, and he's looking at Tony like, what you gonna give me? I think Tony was giving him nuts. Now he's smiling for me. That's his smile. Can you see it? Yeah, silly. Oop. Now he's sprawled out. Does your dog ever sprawl out with his legs? We call it, he's on the beach. Now he's looking at me like, now see, that's a cute picture. Okay, that's him when we tell him, go night-night. And his bed is all cleaned up. He has his little bow on. He has his pillow. And he has a blanket to cover him up. And then this blanket, because he doesn't know how to cover himself up. So he gets on there and it's like he's on top of it. So then that one is not a pillow no longer. It's his blanket. So that's Beau. Yeah. Look at that look on his face. He's getting a little bit of gray. Okay, so I think that's it. And he's like 7 years old now. There, now he's smiling for me. He'll smile on command. That's his smile. Oh, paper going. All of that is all going away. I had that much. Okay, enough of the phone. Whew. So that's it for today's project. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend. Okay.